It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Jaguars and the Bears, next on Madden Football.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a compelling matchup here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see...
A scoreless game here early on, but how much longer will that hold up as we've got action in the red zone on 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. Touchdown! DJ Moore, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon.
A pretty big early test for the defense coming up. What can they dial up here to try and thwart this 3rd down situation? On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. A solid drive here has this offense in really good position. Can they finish the drive off? Let's find out. It's 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Mooney, the motion man right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Santos' kick is up and through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
But I have to think that
we have a red zone update. This defense stacked up here with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. Now Lawrence on 1st down. It's complete to Hopkins. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 10-yard line.
Hey, Ryan!
Again, it's Lawrence. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw, Lawrence. To the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason. They've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And now this offense is going for it on 4th down. Is the defense up to the challenge? Time to find out. 4th down, Walker. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A potential turning point in a one-score game. What can this defense do as they look to hold on to their second half lead? Mon to the air on 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tank Bigsby. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Keeping this offense out of the end zone has to be considered a must here, as this defense can ill afford to go 2 scores down here in the second half. Mon looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one.
All right, time to jump back in. This defense already 2 scores down. Points here would certainly make their road back a tough one. Mon going to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Powell. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Bigsby fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And this time he is in. Yes. Tank Bigsby ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Jaguars have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. This is... The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back, because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage. Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Now Walker rolling to his right. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Throwing again, Walker on 2nd and 10. Crossing route, and he hits his man. It's Jones. Touchdown, Chicago! Velus Jones, 32 yards. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Here we go. Set.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
And taken right on the 30. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half. And that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Chicago.